Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It really is a pleasure to see you. Hope we've all had a good Friday, getting ready for the weekend. We've got the final over in Qatar. We've got Rublev v Draper, can't wait for that. And then we've got the semi-finals over in Rio, so we're going to talk all about it very shortly. Before we do, like the video for me, if you would. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, if you've not, obviously. We are closing in on around that 600 mark, so let's see what happens with that. Before we move on, touching on the subscribers thing, I mean, we didn't really talk about it that much when we hit 500, but it took just over a year for us to get to 500. And since the start of the season, pretty much, we've gained practically just more or less another 100 subscribers, so I'm very, very impressed with the growth. That's all because of you, that folks. That's got nothing to do with me. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's just keep doing us, innit? The rest are irrelevant. Oh yeah, if you want to support the channel, link is in the description on the pinned comments, along with the pics, if there are any. They will be below the timestamps. I say if there are any, there's most definitely going to be one for this. What am I talking about? Let's talk about today. How about those games today? Did we watch any of them? Me personally, I was in work, but you know me, I ain't going to let that stop me. I still managed to catch both of them games. Fantastic. We really did get treated to two belters today. Obviously starting off with Felix and Rublev. Brilliant. Really, really high level game of tennis. Probably the highest level in both of them. Or not far from it, in my opinion. Rublev again. He done it. So happy for him. So happy for him. I'll be honest with you. I know I said at the start of the season I was very hopeful for him, but I feel like you've got to be. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect him to get this far. I didn't think he was going to beat the Demon, and he got past him in that third set tiebreaker, and I thought maybe, just maybe, if it went more or less the same when it pretty much did, he might end up falling victim to Felix Auger-Aliassime. As we all know, he's been one of the most informed players on the tour so far anyway. 2 titles, as we say pretty much every other video. You wouldn't have put it past him to at least try to make it a third. Just not enough, unfortunately. Rublev, you know, the guy, and it kills me to say this, and I mean no disrespect, but you'll all agree, the guy who hasn't been that trustworthy from a mental standpoint over the past few months, he's really struggled on a couple of fronts, has shown true mental resilience and mental fortitude, not only in this game against Felix, but in the other one against the Demon. Back-to-back third set tie breaks. What are you going to say about that? It's fantastic, isn't it? That's brilliant. That's what top players, that's what they do. That's what they can do, innit? You can pull it off like that. You can just pull it out of the bag when it means most, and that's exactly what he's done. Although, as we all know, Andrei Rublev is no stranger to the 500 level tournaments. How many titles has he got? 5 or 6? I don't know. Don't quote me on it. 5 or 6. He's got a couple of these 500s. He usually does good, and I'm pretty certain this Doha title is one of them. I know he's been to a couple of finals. He usually does good here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about Rublev, really. I mean, he really is looking a lot like the guy who we know, isn't he? Very solid. He's played so well. And you know what? It hasn't even been a case where you'd go, oh, Demon all weren't at his best. Oh, Felix weren't at his best. They were pretty much at the best, if you ask me. Or if they weren't, I didn't recognise the difference. You can't take anything away from him. He really does deserve to be in this final. It'll be familiar to him. Like I said, he's already won it. Been in the final a couple of times. How about that Jack Draper though? How about it? Hey, Jack Draper squad, where are you? Well done for believing, folks. I Look. With that being said, I mean, results aside, before the match started, even during the match, that it was anyone's. Like I said at the start, I feel like all four of these deserved a win today. They played that good. Yuri Lehechka was really good in the first set. He really was. I I can't help but feel like Jack Draper broke himself once again in that first set. Quite similar to what he done against Berrettini. I don't know, but once again, it come to a tiebreaker in the second. And how good was he? How good was he? Like I said with the Rublev game, this is what the top players can do. They can do it when the pressure's on the most. And then I knew it. I just knew it. As soon as he took that tiebreaker, the exact same with the Berrettini game, he had him. He had him right where he wanted him, right by the bollocks. It was over. It was over. Absolutely phenomenal from Jack Draper. Be honest with me. And I know a lot of people took Lehechka, like I said just then. There was no fault either side. Lehechka has been unbelievable so far this season, and he was brilliant today. I imagine he's going to continue to be just as good, but I weren't just being biased when I said like Jack Draper is just a little bit better than him. And I could be wrong, but I feel like his performance in the Australian Open may have circled quite a couple of concerns around him. I mean, he didn't look great in the Australian Open. He really didn't. Although he did manage to get past Kokkinakis and Vukic while he was operating at about like 40%. I don't know. Suppose that is an achievement in itself, but like we said, we'd seen half the amount of Draper as what we've seen from Lehechka, and all we've seen from Yuri all season has been good, good, good. All positives. There was no wrong decision to be made there. I was always going with Draper, but like I said, it was just one of them. You pay your money, you take your choice. I'm so happy he won. As you probably already know, I'm fucking buzzing. Jack Draper won that game. Because look, I'll be honest with you, even after that first set, there was moments where I was like, okay, Yuri has been this good. I don't see why he couldn't finish him, but that tiebreaker just spoke volumes to me. It really did. How's he going to hold up against Andrei Rublev? He's played him a couple of times before. Let me just check, is it 3 times? They've played each other 3 times before. And Rublev's won all 3 of them. That's right. I'll let you know when they played last. Give me one sec. No, don't give me Sarundalo tonight. I don't give a fuck about that. Where are you, Draper? US Open 2023. That was 3-1 to Rublev. Washington 2022. 2-0 to Rublev. And then Madrid 2-1 to Rublev. So, yeah, Rublev's beat him every time. Obviously, that's very apparent. Jack Draper was taking sets off a prime Rublev before Jack Draper was even Jack Draper. Now, I said in yesterday's video, the amount of improvements this lad makes just from season to season is it's unbelievable. He truly is one of a kind. I'm sure. I can't believe he's nearly in the top 10. I cannot believe he is nearly in the top 10. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he'll win this. He'll be 11th only. I can't remember if I've said that or not, but this is going to be so fucking tough to pick. This is a really tough one to pick because, as you know, I've been supporting Rublev all week. Want him to do good. I would love Andrei Rublev to win this final. Do not get me wrong. He is more than capable of doing so. I repeat, more than capable of doing so. If if the past is anything to go off, you'd say Jack Draper probably stands no chance. But you'd all thought that today against Yuri Lehechka. And look what he done to him. Look what he done to him. Now, what's impressed me the most about Jack Draper, not only has he been playing well, he's been playing better than anyone, in my opinion, or just as good as the rest of them as the best. It's not his save, it's not even his fitness. We said, didn't we, like, the hip concern, that's gone. Put that to bed. He's clearly 100% fit. Maybe not 100% in the stamina department. Obviously, this is the final, so no doubt he will be rather depleted on that front, but exact same goes for Rublev. Touching back on yesterday's video, when was the last time we seen Rublev get to a final? We don't know. I know Jack Draper's in brilliant shape, fantastic shape, so if he's going to be tired, I imagine Rublev's going to be just as, if not more tired. Even today against Felix, he done what Kevin De Bruyne does. After about 60 minutes of running around, he starts going all beetroot in the face and starts fucking getting all pissy. And only difference is with Rublev, he can't exactly just sub himself off, so he has to stand there and deal with it. But it's hard because you can really tell. He wears it on his face, don't he? You can tell when he's struggling and when he's starting to battle with himself. And there's been times in the Demon All game when I thought he was about to unravel, but he didn't. Thank God. And I didn't watch all of the game, but you let me know there could have been times, I imagine, even in that second set when he dropped it, I imagine he would have looked like he was about to unravel, but he didn't, once again. Reverting back to my main point, the main thing that impressed me about Jack Draper is how calm and collected he has been under pressure all week. All week. You could have swore it was over against Berrettini. No, I knew it weren't. He killed him with the pace. I imagine you would have thought it was over against Yuri today. No, he's sorely mistaken. If I'm willing to guess, which is all we can do, I don't even. What are the odds for this? I haven't even said the odds, have I? It's split right down the middle. 1.9. Split right down the middle, folks. So pay your money. Take your choice. Who's it going to be? Now, you know exactly who I'm going for. You know exactly who I'm going for today. For one last time. For Doha. For the fourth time in a row. Potentially. I forgot to mention, that does make it 3 in a row for me now. If it weren't for Djokovic, I would have swept the entire slate up until the final. Rublev is not going to be easy to beat. He's really not. Especially on this surface, we all know that. I'd be willing to bet you this version of Jack Draper is better than the version of Rublev that stands before us. And if he's not, I'll hold my hands up. Oh, low battery. If he's not, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, well, you know what? Both of them have played excellent. Rublev deserves to win on the day, if that's how it's going to be. But I beg to differ. I really do. Rublev shocked me. He shocked me this week. He really has. But now I might be a little bit cruel here. This might be a bit unfair, but if Rublev wins this title, then I will have a lot more confidence in him going forward. I would feel like, okay, maybe he's back. Maybe he is. I feel like that's what it's going to take for him to prove it to me. Jack Draper doesn't look like he's going to get beat. He just doesn't. If Lehechka couldn't finish him off today, I imagine Rublev's going to struggle too. And look, he very well could just take a set. Why wouldn't he? Beat everyone. Took a set off everyone. I'd be surprised if either one of these won it in straight sets. I really would. It's the final. It's not only that. It'll be the first, obviously the first title of the season for either one, but I think Rublev is going to have a lot more mental pressure to deal with than Jack Draper. And like I said, look, Rublev's been good. He has done them third set tiebreakers. Like I said, that takes a very strong man to pull that off. But I fear that all it may take is just one little moment, just one tiny slip, and then that's it. Especially in a spot like this, Jack Draper shows no mercy. He really doesn't. You know, them last two games, he's come back from the dead in the last two and punished them. Punished them. Sent the pair of them, Lehechka and Berrettini, to the Jack Draper penitentiary. I'd be willing to roll a dice, says he claims Rublev as his final victim over in Qatar, and wraps that one up nice and sweetly for the Jack Draper squad. Let me know what you're going for, folks. As always, best of luck to you in that. That does wrap us up in Doha. So touching on Rio dead quick. Look, it's got to be done on it, but is it just me? Or like it's not, is it? How good has this tournament been this week, by the way, folks, if anyone's still watching? Hasn't this been fantastic? We have really been treated to some quality matches here. This really has felt like a mini slam. Card was absolutely stacked. It's been rather profitable, hasn't it? It really has. 4 out of 5 for me personally. I'll most certainly take that. But Rio, it's not just me, is it? This just doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. And if it hasn't compared all week, it's not going to now. We're into the semi-finals. You've got Sebastian Baez, Ugo Carabelli, and then Cerundolo or Alexander Muller is going to end up playing. If you don't know the results already, wait for it. Francisco Comesaña, that's right. Zverev has fell victim yet again to another Argentine on the clay. Yeah, I'll just leave you with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not touching it at all. I know the videos have been titled Doha and Rio Open, but it's not my fault. Qatar is just shat all over this one, Rio, do better, innit? Do better and we'll talk about it more. Very well then. I'm going with Jack Draper again, folks. 1.9 every day of the week. Happy days. Let's finish it. Let's get it done. Jack Draper squad. Take it easy, folks. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. I'll be saying good night to you. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time. It's a pleasure to talk to you every day. I really enjoy it. And if anyone's still watching, big thank you for all the support and the kind words that you've been giving me over the season. It helps me out a lot more than you know. So yeah, believe that. Let's go get that cash for the 4th time in a row, for the last time in Qatar. And until tomorrow, folks, enjoy the tennis. Let's go get it. See you in a bit.